enemy. Words have power, but actions speak louder. Pretend to be free till you die a slave. A soldier in the desert searching for a ghost in the cave. For the corporation, I run out of patience. Sick of seeing troops sent to die for your lives. Spending dollars in debt, we holler in protest till we have your arrest. We will not rest, and we know what you did that day. Kill your own citizens to advance your ways. All my real patriots stand up and say
9/11 was totally an inside job. And if you think otherwise after viewing all the evidence, or you change your mind like certain individuals, then you're either stupid, paid for, or you were a plant all along. Welcome back to the show, guys. I noticed Kennedy is a big topic of conversation in the chat room during the break. As planned, I will be having I will be doing a 4-hour Kennedy special coming up. I was going to do it this coming Sunday, but I cannot. I have to reschedule because I have something very special coming up, which I won't tell you guys about right now because I can't, for the security and safety of the person I will be interviewing. Hopefully, I will be doing the interview at in the afternoon on Sunday. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it once I'm done with the interview. I'll be able to get it cut up into pieces and put up on the radio for you guys. And I'm just going to broadcast the interview. It's very special. It's with someone, again, it's very connected, heavily connected to the whole story of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. But for the person's safety, I won't say their name. All I'll say is if you know anything about the story about John F. Kennedy and the series The Men Who Killed Kennedy, it's somebody from one of the last 3 episodes that was buried. And on Friday, I'll be able to talk about it a little more. The only reason I have to do this is because she asked me to take certain security precautions for her. She has to live on the run and on the lam pretty much, and it's ridiculous to get in touch. How I have to go about getting in touch with her. So, out of respect for her and out of respect for her safety, I do what she asks me to do. But hopefully, everything will go straight, and you guys will have an interview of a lifetime that you get to listen to. So, if you're wondering, you can go just check out The Men Who Killed Kennedy. You find it on federaljack.com. Go to my Truth Movie section under JFK. Go watch The Love Affair, and you'll understand already what's up, and you'll be able to check it out. But, again, out of respect, I won't say any more. Anyway, JFK is a very interesting topic. And if people want to do some more research on it, I suggest you go watch the final 3 episodes. In fact, I'll throw them into the chat. I'll find them and I'll throw them into the chat for the listeners. I suggest you go check out the last 3 episodes of The Men Who Killed Kennedy. The actual Men Who Killed Kennedy series was a 9-part series, and the last 3 parts got memory hold by Lady Bird Johnson. When she was still alive, she contacted when they came out. I guess somebody obviously had alerted them, and they got a hold of the Clinton family. And between Lady Bird, Bill Clinton, Lady Bird Johnson, and George W. Bush Jr., the last 3 episodes of The Men Who Killed Kennedy were a memory hold. Now, if you go to Netflix and if you go to the History Channel itself, you will notice that when you click on any information about The Men Who Killed Kennedy, you will notice that it only says that there were 6 parts. It doesn't say that there were 9 parts, which there were 9 parts. The part 7 was called The Smoking Guns, and it showed proof positive interviews with people about people that were involved with one guy worked for Ford. And he had seen the limousine windshield, and he had said to his guys, "Who is that?" Oh, there you go. Ashley posted him for me. Thank you, Ashley. I don't have to go about and do it. He said that the Secret Service had made and the FBI had made them take the windshield out and smash it. They had made them lock the door so nobody could see, and that's because there was a bullet hole in the front windshield that was going from outside the front of the windshield through into Kennedy's throat. And that would alone would destroy the whole Lee Harvey Oswald shot from behind, because the bullet hole wasn't from the passenger side of the windshield out. It was from the outside of the windshield in. So they knew they couldn't account for that with R.O. Spector's whole magic bullet theory that was going to come about. And the one lone gunman theory, which is Spector's magic bullet theory and everything else evolved after that, because they had to keep this crazy lone gunman, everything. There was too much. I mean, anybody that sat back, anybody that's ever shot a gun that was in the military or hunted, you could tell that Kennedy was not killed by somebody in the book depository. You'll know that there had to, at the very minimum, be at least 3 separate shooters. Now, what was Oswald's role? Again, if you watch The Love Affair, you'll see he was working with these 2 doctors, and David Ferry, who came up in Jim Garrison's investigation. And then during the whole trial of Clay Shaw, David Ferry was suicided. But he worked with these 2 other doctors and Oswald, and they were working on a weaponized form of cancer to kill Castro. Now, interesting that Jack Ruby died of cancer. He was spouting off about what was going on. You can see the videos on YouTube. Ruby says the people that put me in this position are in power, and they'll never let the truth come out. A whole new form of government has taken over this country. This is back in the 60s, and then a couple of years later, he dies of cancer. Bob Marley, you look into it, there's enough evidence to prove that the CIA did use this weaponized form of cancer to kill him. Okay? And Bill Hicks, he dies of cancer. Aaron Russo, he dies of cancer. Now, again, I don't have any hard evidence other than it's a speculative theory based on the evidence that I know does exist. They had a poison dart gun, for Christ's sake. They called the heart attack gun. Go look it up. Even Ray Nagin, Mark Dice did a video about this. Apparently in Ray Nagin's book, he just came out in his memoirs, he was worried that the CIA was going to whack him with the heart attack gun after Katrina hit because of the things he was saying about the Bush administration. This is the mayor of New Orleans coming out and saying he was worried the CIA was going to whack him with a heart attack gun. Anybody still think this is a game and that this is, quote-unquote, conspiracy theory? I mean, it is a conspiracy. It's a theory that a bunch of people, a rogue element, are conspiring to do bad things. So I guess it is, by definition, a conspiracy theory. You just got to get rid of that negative connotation to it and understand that, yes, there are conspiracies. If two guys got together and conspired to rob a bank, guess what they would get charged with? Conspiracy. When they arrest, quote-unquote, rioters, what do they arrest them for? What do they say all the time? Conspiracy to commit riot, conspiracy to cause this, conspiracy to do that. So it's good enough to charge you with in a court of law, but out of the same, out the other side of their mouth, they're going to sit there and say to you, oh, you're crazy if you believe in conspiracies. The definition of a conspiracy is 2 or more people getting together, conspiring to do something bad. 2 or more people. So by definition, the official government theory of 9/11 is a conspiracy theory. That's why they had to destroy and silence any opposing evidence with JFK's assassination. Because more than Oswald, and by definition, it is now a conspiracy. And they couldn't have that. Even though the Senate later on in the 70s, they had one of their little subcommittees on assassinations. And I mean, of course, there was a lot of info that was blocked by them too, especially when you talk to people that were interviewed back then. But they'll tell you, at least they admitted to a certain extent that, yes, there was more than enough evidence to prove that there was there was a conspiracy to kill John F. Kennedy. There was a conspiracy to kill Bobby Kennedy, and there was a conspiracy to kill Martin Luther King Jr. Now, it's come out since that, yes, there has been a filmmaker who I've been trying to get on. He's a tough guy to get a hold of. I can't remember his last name. His first name's Shane. There's a movie called RFK Must Die. Try to find it on Netflix. Try to find it anywhere and watch it. RFK Must Die. Very good film. He proves without a shadow of a doubt that Frank Morales, who was a high-ranking CIA guy who happened to have his hands all over involved in the JFK assassination, also happens to be on, at the scene the day that Bobby Kennedy got killed, and he bragged that they got the big one, and then they got the little one, and they're talking about Jack and Bobby. The James Earl Ray was actually found not guilty of killing Martin Luther King Jr. in a civil trial that happened a few years back. You can look it up. The family of Martin Luther King Jr. put it on the internet. Go look it up. You will see that the family of Martin Luther King Jr.'s family actually went to the funeral of James Earl Ray. His sons and his wife have all come out. His son and his wife. I think she passed away finally, but before she passed away, his wife had come out publicly and said that they don't think that James Earl Ray did it, and that they showed the evidence that the civil trial proved that it was the FBI, the Army, and the CIA conspired to kill Martin Luther King Jr. And look where they shot him. They shot him in his jaw. That's symbolic of don't shoot your mouth off, black man. Shut your mouth. That's what that is. All right, guys. We're out of time. I'll be back Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. See you then.